Welcome to another edition of the Nightly News. All right, Ted, I want to focus on LA County for a second. Voters are scheduled in 2024 to vote whether they're going to force hotels and motels to house the homeless with county vouchers for any unsold room that night. And to put this in perspective, this is the same county where they had a moratorium on people who were leasing property from enforcing rent payments. This is the same county that has all of these homeless rights where people are on the streets in front of businesses and they're not removing them, city parks, so on and so forth. Can you not see a scenario, Ted, where somebody puts a homeless person in the Ritz-Carlton for a night and they just say, "Nah, I ain't leaving"? Or can you foresee a situation where somebody gets robbed, raped, worse in some of these high-end hotels because of housing homeless? Ted, this seems crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. What's your take on it?
You don't have to look very far to find absolute crazy. Even my friend Ozzie Osbourne is getting the hell out of Los Angeles because he'd rather live in a tyrant England than in a shooting zone that is orchestrated. A shooting zone, a murder capital that is orchestrated by the court system, the district attorney, the prosecuting attorneys of LA County. The best Californians, there's a lot of them. I got to tell you, we are quick to condemn California because of these types of mindless, immoral atrocities. But let me address and salute the great California families. I know them. Ranchers, farmers, vineyard operators, hotel operators. Shemane and I, we have the time of our lives when we go to Los Angeles. Haven't been there in a number of years because I just don't go to hellholes. I just don't go to high crime murder zones where you have to sidestep feces and needles in the streets and you see people defecating right there on the sidewalk. And I don't mean rarely. I mean it's becoming standard operating procedure. So this is another manifestation of a cultural abandonment, cultural deprivation that is orchestrated glaringly obviously by the Democrat Party and all their cronies. This is a left-wing, socialist, mindless, satanic agenda that celebrates indecency, cruelty, crime, dangerous conditions. They celebrate dangerous conditions while the best of the best are now abandoning California and New York and Illinois and New Jersey. Good, hard-working, conscientious, moral families that are in the asset column of those jurisdictions, they're leaving. People are moving to Texas and to South Dakota under the great Kristi Noem. The good families of conscience, God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Ten Commandments, Golden Rule, work ethic, law and order. That quality of life mantra is guiding conscientious families to get the hell out of the feces, needles, exploding violent crime rates, and now where their tax dollars are going to be torched even further, and they're going to house homeless, dangerous, most of them paroled, dangerous criminals into hotel rooms at our expense, just like the insanity of me having to pay for some guy that smokes dope and snorts cocaine and drinks Starbucks and has piercings and tattoos. I got to pay for his student loan. Right. It's Planet of the Apes out there. But again, I'm not going to squawk about the flames. I'm going to grab a hose and I'm going to put them out. HunterNation.org. I'm not going to stop saying it.
Good.
HunterNation.org and HuntTheVote.org. These are basically nonprofits that are circling the wagons of people that are leaving these Democrat-controlled feces as needles crime hells to come to places where God, family, and country and law and order is still the source of policymaking. HuntTheVote.org and HunterNation.org.
You know what, Ted, I got to tell a little quick Ozzy story. So, your former drummer, Tommy Clafoutis, went on and played with Ozzy. And of course, my son, Zach, is a huge Ozzy fan, loves Black Sabbath.
Ozzy's great.
Ozzy. So Tommy made arrangements for Zach and I to go back and spend some time with him and Ozzy in a really one-on-one setting with Ozzy. And the way I was introduced to Ozzy was by Tommy. He said, hey, and Ozzy, this is Keith Mark. He's very good friends with Ted Nugent. And in fact, he does a television show on the Outdoor Channel, just like Ted does. And he goes, oh, man, I love that Ted Nugent, man. I watch that guy show all the time. He can shoot that bow, man. I want to go shoot a bow with Ted, man. I love that. And he's just going on and on about how he loves Spirit of the Wild. He watches your show. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, but Tommy Clufetto is just an unbelievable drum god from Detroit, much like Jason Hartless and Johnny Bonangic and Chad Smith. Detroit is still a musical epicenter of the most soulful musicians ever, and Tommy Clufetto is certainly one of those. And because I only tour during the summer, never during the 8-month hunting season, my musicians go off and play with the best artists in the world, from Billy Joel to the Turtles to Ozzie Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and Rob Zombie. My guys are the best, and Tommy told me a lot of stories that Ozzy Osbourne really wanted to go hunting with me, and he does love the Spirit of the Wild.
Hey, Ted, tomorrow night, let's talk about New York. Got more crime going on in New York than they know what to do with. And you folks out there, if you come back tomorrow, we're going to have another edition of the Nightly News where there is absolutely no fake news.